guys, so today I'm going to be doing my piercings video, just talking about all my piercings. This has been the most requested video that I have been receiving, so I decided to do it. I was going to wait until I got all my piercings because if you guys didn't know, I'm addicted to piercings, and so I want quite a few more, and I already have 15. So I was going to wait, but then I was like, okay, if I wait and end up getting a lot more like over the summer, then that's just going to be crazy and the video will end up being too long. So if I end up getting any more piercings, I'll do an updated. But anyways, today's just going to be my piercings video. So yeah, I'm just going to talk about maybe my pain tolerance with each piercing maybe, and like my age that I got them, and where I got it, and kind of how I convinced my parents on it, because a lot of people were asking me like how to convince your parents, and there's not really a way to convince your parents because everyone's parents are different, but I'll just kind of tell you how I like talked my mom into it, whatever. So the first piercing I'm going to talk about is my nose piercing. If you guys didn't know, I've actually had my nose piercing ever since the first video that I ever posted on this channel. I got my nose piercing when I was 15. I usually have like a little diamond stud in my nose, which is why you probably may not have noticed it because the camera doesn't always pick it up, and I don't even know if you can notice that I have a hoop in it now, but I just changed my piercing to a hoop because I wanted to try something different. You know, I've had my nose pierced for what, like, I've had my nose pierced for over 3 years, so I kind of wanted to change it. Like I never ever took it out, so this was the first time that I ever did that. So yeah, I've had my nose pierced. This could be a shock to you, but yeah, I do have my nose pierced. My nose piercing, this one was kind of difficult to convince my mom at first. Because I've always like wanted a nose piercing. I always wanted it, but this was kind of a time where nose piercings were not as common as they are now. I mean, it's not like a really common piercing still. I mean, yeah, it is. It's a pretty common piercing, but like no one that I knew had their nose pierced. At my school, no one had their nose pierced. So, you know, this was something that was a little bit difficult to convince my mom, but I would kind of just talk about it I probably wanted it for like a year before I even got it, but I would kind of just talk to my mom, and then it just was like a spur of the moment thing. Me and my friend Chloe went on a road trip with our parents, like my mom and her mom, and then me and Chloe, and then my brother and her brother, and we kind of was like, I kind of like brought something up. I was like, oh my gosh, like I really want my nose pierced, and Chloe was like, oh my god, like I do too, and I was like, no way. So we kind of were like talking about it. We were researching, watching videos. Let me tell you, that is not something that you should do if you are deciding to get any type of piercing, because when you watch it, you can see people's like nose like bleeding and gushing, and it just looks very painful. So I was like, oh my god. So like I was getting scared, but like I still wanted it, and me and Chloe were just talking to our parents, and then I think that was a good way to actually fully like convince my mom, was because like Chloe's mom was there and my mom was there. Like me and Chloe were kind of talking about like all the things, like stuff like that, and then our parents probably just kind of got annoyed and they were like, okay, like you can get it. We didn't end up going together because she lives kind of far away, so we weren't able to like meet up or whatever. So she got it, said it didn't hurt, and then I was like really scared, but I ended up just like asking my mom, I was like, can I just go? Like I just need to do it because I'm always gonna want it, and if I don't do it, like it's just gonna keep bugging me. So my mom took me with my brother to go, and we went, and I picked out my little nose ring. It was very small, and yeah, we went to a tattoo place. The one thing that I would say is if you're planning on getting a piercing, research where you're gonna go, because you want to go to somewhere that's going to be clean, where it's not going to get infected. I mean, they're poking something like in your nose, like it's going through like your flesh, so you don't really want it to get infected and all stuff. So like especially with like a facial piercing, you know, belly button piercing, whatever, just make sure that they are very experienced, that they're like certified and all that stuff. Now that's going to be totally contradicting everything I say about my ears in a second, but just make sure that you research, look at reviews, whatever. Just don't watch YouTube videos about like piercings going through noses, because that will freak you out. But anyways, I went and I got my nose pierced, and I was so nervous, but it did not hurt at all whatsoever. It didn't hurt one bit, and yeah, it didn't hurt at all. I was so shocked. Like I was so nervous, like oh my gosh, like it was my least painful piercing out of every piercing that I had. Now if you ask other people, some people say that their nose piercing was the most painful. So it all depends on your pain tolerance, and also it depends on the piercer itself. If they're really fast at it, you may not feel it. If they're slow or like don't do it like a certain way, then that could be other reasons why it hurts. They could be a little more rough, but I did very good research and I went to a place where I knew like was going to be good. And the place that I went, I think it was called like Pierced Hearts. It's down in Seattle. That place is so good. If you live in the Seattle area, go there. I'm pretty sure it's called Pierced Hearts, Pierced Tattoos, Pierced Hearts. I think it's called Pierced Hearts. So yeah, that was there. The girl that did my nose her name was Chuck, I think, but she was super good. So yeah, that's everything about my nose piercing. I actually almost passed out after my nose piercing just because like the blood that was like rushing or whatever, like it didn't hurt or anything, but I get really faintish when I get piercings even though they don't hurt me or whatever. Just make sure that you eat before. I mean, I think I ate, but I still was like feeling a little like woozy or whatever, but it didn't hurt for me. So that was my nose piercing story. To clean it, you know, you just use sea salt and water and then you just clean it, like just do that. I had no problems with infections or anything. So yeah, that's everything with my nose. Now I'm going to move on to my ears, which is where all my piercings are. I don't have any belly button piercings or anything. I don't have anything but my nose and then just a ton of ear like piercings. So I'm going to start showing you. So this is my left ear. Right there I have, I think, is it 9 on this side? So yeah, this is my right ear. So I'm going to start talking about them. So the bottom ones I got when I was 5 years old. I got them. I was the first one to get them in kindergarten. I was the first one to get my ears pierced in kindergarten. I was pretty badass, you know what I'm saying? But no, I just went to like a hair place. My mom was actually the one that was like, oh my gosh, like you should get your ears pierced, and I was always so scared, and then I was like gonna be brave. I was like, okay, I'm gonna do it. So I didn't have to really convince my mom on that one because she was kind of the one that wanted me to get it, and then I just like, she didn't like push me to get it, like she just kind of was like, oh, you would be so cute with your little ears pierced, and then I was like, no, but I got it. My double piercing I actually had to do twice. The first time I got it done at Claire's, which is with the gun. Oh, same with these. Actually, everything on my ear except for my tragus I did with the gun, which is not good, and I'll explain that in a second. Second piercing I got at Claire's. It didn't get infected or anything. I just had to take it out because of cheer and all that, because I was a competitive cheerleader. So I had to take those out, let them close, and then I don't remember when I think I got those in 7th grade. And then I ended up getting my doubles re-pierced my sophomore year of high school. And I got that done at Jean Juarez, which is a hair salon. And I got it done there. And then a few months later, I got it done with the gun at Jean Juarez, like for my 3rd piercing. Right there, those two. But, so yeah, I got those two done with the gun at Jean Juarez. My double and my, like, first holes, those didn't hurt at all. My 3rd piercings hurt like a freaking bitch. I don't know why. I don't know. They didn't like, I have a really high pain tolerance. So like they hurt, like I was kind of like, ow. But it wasn't like crying ow. I don't know. I have really thick earlobes. So the 3rd was kind of like, you know, a little bit thicker, I guess. So it hurt a little more. My double and 3rd piercings freaking swelled like crazy. Literally disgusting. My ear was getting like hard as a rock and it was so nasty, but I loved my piercings, so I never took them out, but they just kept getting like infected. I don't know why. I thought I was just allergic to earrings, which I am kind of allergic to some earrings, but my ears have been fine lately. So since my ears kept getting super infected, I didn't get like any piercings for a very long time. So like sophomore year, like I just didn't get any more piercings. Like I wanted so many more, but since my ears were always getting infected and nasty, that I just never really wanted to get it. Like I always wanted my cartilage pierced, all that stuff, you know, but I just couldn't do it because, you know, like I didn't want to go through like a crazy ear blowing up and getting all nasty. So that was just not even like a question. But then I think it was like this January or something, I was just like, you know what, like I'm just gonna get some piercings. Like I didn't care if my ears were gonna explode. I was just like, I can't take this anymore, like I need it. So my 4th piercing, which is, let's see, this one right here, those ones, which is also this one, I got those done at Claire's. Now, those ones did not hurt at all. Like where the spot is, right here, right there, yeah. So that one didn't hurt. Those ones were like the least painful out of all my ear piercings. But I have heard that if you get it done at like a tattoo place, that's like the most painful piercing out of all the piercings. Like my friend, she has a ton of piercings, like she has her tongue pierced, all that stuff, and she said that the fourth one, or I don't know if it's probably not her fourth one because I think she skips, but she said that one was the most painful. So I have heard that from a lot of people. So legit, after I got the fourth holes, I went back like 2 days later and I got 3 piercings at Claire's. I got these two right here, and then I got this one right there. And so I got all those, so I got 3 at once. I went alone to Claire's. My mom was actually like, she was in the mall, but I mean, I'm 18, so like I can get piercings, and she totally knew that I was going to get like those 3 piercings. And I went up to Claire's, you know, was signing the contract, found like the placements of where I wanted to put all of my piercings, and she went to go do it. And she did like these 2 first, and then, no, she did this one first, and then she did these 2. And as my mom walks in, as she was doing the first one on this side, and she just like was like she was shocked, and she gave me like a huge anxiety attack. Like these, honestly, like these didn't hurt. My cartilage ones didn't hurt. But like she gave me like the biggest anxiety attack where I was like, oh no, like does it look really bad? Like did she put it too low? And I was like, oh my god. I was like, what is going on? So my mom gave me an anxiety attack. Even like the girl that was piercing my ears were like, uh-oh, are we in trouble? Like, was I not supposed to do this? Like, I don't know what, but my mom's face was just like, so like after she was done, I almost passed out. Not like, just because my mom like freaked me out. I had to lay down on the floor, like in Claire's. It was so embarrassing. Oh my gosh, I had to lay down. My mom had to run to McDonald's and get me a Sprite, and it was just really bad. So I almost passed out with those. After that, I waited a while, and I noticed that I had a little bit more room up here. So I went back to Claire's, and I got those last 2. And these 2, I don't remember, I don't think they hurt. Like, I mean, my pain tolerance is real, like I have a high pain tolerance when it comes to piercings, so those 2 didn't hurt. But they told me that I couldn't switch my earrings for 3 months, and if I wanted a hoop I had to wait 6 months. And so I was not very patient, and I ended up buying these little hoops right here for my cartilage, and I ended up switching my piercings literally like 2 weeks later, and it was just very bad. My ears were like gushing blood. It was disgusting. Like with these, like it's curved. Like, see, it's curved, and a regular piercing like is straight. Like this is completely curved, and so my ear was like just like, oh my gosh, it was so bad. But I ended up just cleaning it in warm water and sea salt, and put the 2 piercings in right there, put those back in, and everything was good. So we're all good with those. And so yeah, that's everything. So that's everything for these and these. So my last one is my Tragus, and I just recently got my Tragus. I did go to a tattoo parlor to get that one done. I went to a tattoo parlor to get that one done because, you know, like, the gun is actually not good. I don't even think you can get your Tragus with the gun. But the reason why it's not good to get piercings with guns is because you have a chance of shattering your cartilage, and the people that pierce your ears, like at Claire's or at like a hair salon, they're actually not certified to even pierce, really. So, you know, like, it's just not good. But I was lazy, and it was like cheaper to get my ear piercings at Claire's, so I just ended up going to Claire's. But I did get this one done at a tattoo parlor, and this one, okay, the Tragus was actually pretty painful. My friend told me that it was like her least painful piercing out of everything, like out of her ear piercings, out of her belly button piercings, all that stuff. And you know, like, I have so many piercings, and I was like, okay, like, this is gonna be so, like, I was not nervous at all. I go and get it done, and it hurt so bad. I mean, it didn't hurt like I was about to cry or anything. Like, I didn't even like flinch or whatever when she did it. I think it may have been more uncomfortable than painful, but it wasn't even the like during the piercing that it hurt. It was afterwards. Like the whole side of my face just like hurt really bad. My whole entire jawline hurt, and it was just like, I was like, oh my god, like I felt like I got punched in the face. So I don't think it was really the piercing that hurt, because, you know, I didn't say like, I wasn't like, ow, like, ow, that hurt so bad. It was just afterwards I was like, did I just get punched in the face or nah? But I love my Tragus piercing. I think it's so cute. Like, I love it. So yeah, that's everything for my piercings. Now, to kind of how I kind of convinced my mom. I mean, I am 18 years old, so I got most of my piercings while I was 18. I mean, like, not 1, 2, and 3s and my nose, but all the other ones, like, I'm 18, so even if my mom said no, like, I could still get it. But kind of how I convinced my mom to get piercings is I kind of did the tattoo thing on her, where I was like, hey, like, at least I'm not getting a ton of tattoos. Like, I still want tattoos. Like, I love tattoos, and, you know, I'm gonna have tattoos. But I'm just saying, like, I just kind of used that on her. I was like, hey, mom, like, at least I'm not going to a tattoo place and getting tattoos that are permanent, and I'll just end up covered in tattoos. You know, piercings are not permanent, so, like, I can take them out. Like, it's just something fun to do for now, and then I could take them out. Like, I kind of just used that, and since ever since I used that on her, like, my mom's been a little bit more chill on the piercings. Like, I want my tongue pierced. I wanted my tongue pierced. I wanted my lip pierced. I want my rook, which is like right here, but you know, like, and I tell this to my mom, and usually she'd be like, oh my gosh, she'd be like, no. But now she's just kind of like, okay, like, at least you're not getting tattoos. But once I start getting tattoos, she probably won't be too happy. But you know what, we're just gonna keep that on the DL for now. But yeah, that's everything for my piercings. I know this was a very long video, but I did have 15 piercings to talk about. And yeah, I hope this was maybe helpful for you or gave you some ideas for piercings. I don't have any other piercings. Yeah, that's everything for this video. Make sure to follow me on Instagram, Twitter, at daniofficiall with 2 L's. Subscribe to this channel, and I will talk to you next time. Bye!